Are queer people truly inclusive? Let's get into it. Okay, so y'all know that I talk to a lot of people all the time. I'm talking to people, I'm working with people, and I'm not trying to stir the pot, but sometimes I wonder, can queer people be the most inclusive? They want, queer people, like we want, everybody else to include them and to accept them and all the things, right, honey? But I am not sure that they're like accepting everybody else, and I don't mean that in a bad way. What I mean is that sometimes when I'm working with people, it seems like, gay men only want to hang around with gay men. I said everybody's the same, but I'm saying that sometimes it seems that way, right? So, and it seems like lesbians, they only want to hang around with lesbians and they only want to date lesbians, right? So I, sometimes wonder, are people in the queer community really that inclusive? Or is it like, I can only hang around with people, if they are in relationships and queer, or I can't hang around single folks and queer, right? And I sure enough don't want to hang around with no straight folks, right? And so regardless of whether or not they're in a relationship or not. So I'm just, wondering how, inclusive is the queer community, right? Because it seems like, the older queers don't want to deal with the younger queers, honey. And maybe vice versa, I don't know. But, it just seems like, people are like so compartmentalized when it comes to this LGBTQ plus community, right? And it's like, what does that really mean? Does that mean like I am good with you if you're gay, lesbian, or male? I don't know. I'm good with you if you're trans, I don't know. I'm good with you if you're bisexual, or maybe I'm not good with you if you're bisexual, right? Or pansexual, or openly fluid, or gender fluid, or whatever that is, honey. I'm only good with you if you and I fall into the same letter category, meaning that if I'm a lesbian, you're a lesbian. If I'm a gay man, you're a gay man, right? So I'm curious, I really am. What do you guys think about that? Because y'all know I work with a lot of different people all across the country. And for me, I don't really care. I just think, we're all people, we're all human beings on this planet, and we should be able to just get along and love and accept each other for who we are. But at the same time, it's like, can we all come together? Doesn't matter. And y'all know, like, sometimes I throw these events here in the Dallas area and sometimes other places, right? And it's like, who comes to the events? And it almost seems so segregated. I hate to say it. It's like, I want to know how many lesbians will be there, how many women, like how many like cisgender, lesbian women will be there, right? Notice what I said. Cisgender lesbian women, they can't even be queer sometimes, honey. They just have to be lesbians, right? And so I just want to know, like, what's up with that? Like, and it's like, oh, if there's too many gay men, I don't want to be hanging out, honey, where there's too many gay men, when I'm, a lesbian, and what happens with all the bisexuals and the pansexuals and folks, right? Where do they come into this? I'm just curious, so I want to know, because this is something that I've been thinking about for a while now, is that, how inclusive is the queer community? Will the old gays hang around with the young gays? I don't know. Will the queer folks be able to hang around with anybody? I don't know. And when I'm talking about queer, I'm talking about people who aren't just lesbian or, a gay man, right? I'm talking about all the other folks, honey, out there. That sometimes people don't include, but we include here, right? Because that's what we do. So anyway, so I want y'all to hit me up. Tell me, am I off on this? Am I crazy? Am I missing something? Because every time I'm telling y'all I throw an event, I always get these comments, how many lesbian women are going to be there? How many gay men are going to be there? Is this for couples? Is this for singles? Will there be straight people? I'm like, honey, can we just all get along? Can we just all fit into the same room and be okay with that? And does it really matter? So I'm gonna recap really quickly. My question is, can gay people be inclusive? I want to know. I want y'all to tell me, can y'all be inclusive, honey? I want to know. Can we all fit in the same room and just have a good time regardless of how we identify or not? Okay? It's okay. I think it's okay for us to come together no matter what, as a community of people, as human beings on the planet, and just have a good time together, fellowship, whatever you want to call it. In the church, I think they call it congregate. But, whatever it is, let's do it. Let's come together, have some fun. So I believe that it doesn't matter. And I hope that you guys believe that it doesn't matter either.